Do you find yourself becoming intensely angry when you encounter people or beliefs that violate your strong sense of ethics or morality? Are you sometimes labeled as dogmatic, judgmental, or arrogant in your beliefs? Perhaps you know someone whose anger is fueled by a profound sense of self-righteousness, demanding that others follow their truth or tradition exactly. Is your aggression tied to a rigid refusal to consider others' perspectives, or a feeling that you're constantly fighting for the right way? If this deep, often philosophical anger resonates with you, then your Vedic chart may point to an afflicted Jupiter. And learning the difference between wisdom and dogma is crucial for your growth, your soul's growth in this lifetime. So welcome back to our series of Healing the Inner Fire. Today, we confront the final major planetary influence on aggression, the great benefic Jupiter. We're talking about the righteous fury, the anger born from a rigid moral compass, religious or philosophical superiority, and ethical stubbornness. So let's talk about this planetary culprit and its role. It's Jupiter, the guru, the expansion karak. In Vedic astrology, Jupiter is a planet of wisdom, higher knowledge, generosity, philosophy, religion, and expansion. A strong Jupiter grants deep knowledge, humility, optimism, and a universal outlook. However, when your Jupiter is afflicted, meaning it's weak, retrograde, or combined with malefics, its energy becomes distorted. The generous wisdom turns into dogma, self-righteousness, and judgmental behavior. Jupiter's anger is not impulsive or chaotic. It is righteous, rigid, and often cold, fueled by the belief that you possess the one true answer. This manifests as being stubbornly unwilling to compromise on principles, arrogance regarding one's knowledge, and a tendency to lecture or judge others severely when their ethics or beliefs are different than yours. So let's examine the placements in your chart where Jupiter's influence can breed this righteous anger. Let's talk about the first house, your ascendant. If Jupiter's in your first house, this ties dogma directly to the personality. The individual may feel they are inherently superior or wiser than others. Anger here is often expressed through lectures, moralistic judgments, and a profound refusal to acknowledge fault, as their ego is tied to being the guru, because it's in the first house. Jupiter in the sixth house, the Shana house. The sixth house rules conflict and disputes. Jupiter here can create an individual who is always arguing about philosophy, religion, or ethics, even ethics. They may aggressively champion certain moral codes, leading to persistent conflict with those who oppose their beliefs. Let's talk about Jupiter in 8th house, another Dushtana house. The 8th house rules sudden transformation and hidden matters. Jupiter here can cause anger over hidden financial or ethical secrets, or sudden severe outbursts when the native feels their deepest, most private principles have been violated. Let's talk about the next placement, Jupiter in the 12th house. It's another Dushtana house. 12th house rules isolation and spirituality. Jupiter here can indicate a tendency to withdraw and judge the world from a spiritual ivory tower, leading to a detached philosophical anger towards perceived societal immorality. Next is Jupiter in Capricorn. It's a debilitation sign, or even an enemy sign. When Jupiter is weak, the native struggles with genuine wisdom. They may compensate by adopting rigid, superficial rules, or by aggressively defending established traditions out of fear, rather than true understanding. Now, let's consider the conjunctions that taint the wisdom, which is where it's sitting together with another planet. Let's talk about Guru Chandal Yoga, Jupiter and Rahu. This is one of the most powerful afflictions. Rahu exaggerates Jupiter's knowledge, leading to a self-proclaimed fake guru syndrome, where the native believes their unconventional knowledge is superior. The anger is driven by delusional self-righteousness and an aggressive defense of unique, often flawed, ideology or ideologies. Next one is Jupiter-Saturn aspect. This clash between expansion and restriction, which is Saturn, can lead to anger over traditional structures. The person may feel restricted by religious rules, leading to resentment or becoming overly rigid and condemnatory of modern thinking. So Jupiter's righteous anger is activated when matters of ethics, teaching, or belief systems come into focus. So when does it come into play? Jupiter Mahadasha, which is a 16-year major period, or even its subperiods, they bring powerful expansion and focus on knowledge, on wealth, on children. Now, if Jupiter is afflicted, these periods can bring arrogance, financial overextension, or conflicts with mentors or children, which quickly lead to angry moral judgments against others for failing to live up to their lofty standards. Also, the challenging transits of Saturn or Rahu over the natal Jupiter can create enormous pressure on one's belief system, causing the individual to feel betrayed by their mentors or faith, leading to intense self-righteous anger as they aggressively defend their crumbling worldview. Now, let's talk about some long-term solutions and some of the remedies that we can do. So to heal Jupiter's righteous rage, well, first you have to recognize it, but the goal is to cultivate humility, true generosity, and universal tolerance, transforming dogma into genuine wisdom. You have to seek diverse wisdom, like actively reading texts, travel, or engage in meaningful conversations that challenge your established beliefs. True wisdom expands, it doesn't restrict. Practice listening, listening to understand, not to rebuttal. You have to make sure that you are looking at other people's perspectives. So recognize that your Jupiter is afflicted. Jupiter sitting with Ketu is also an affliction. You can do some mantra therapies if you'd like. There's Gayatri Mantra. It's one of the most revered mantras for wisdom and intellectual clarity. It helps to purify the ego, which is attached to knowledge. You can do true generosity. Since Jupiter rules wealth and giving, the most powerful remedy is selfless donation to, say, educational institutions, to funding the children, to giving it to the poor children. You should show immense reverence to your teachers, mentors, and the elderly. It's a guru principle. You should serve them with humility. It helps remove the arrogance attached to your own knowledge. Jupiter also thrives on sattvic energy, which means eating pure, simple, and wholesome foods. Avoid overeating, which is often tied to Jupiter's need for excess, but you can avoid it. So what does all this mean? Well, the righteous anger and moral rigidity caused by a challenging Jupiter placement is your soul's contract to learn true humility and universal acceptance. The lesson is to move from judging others based on your strict standards to understanding that the universe operates on infinite truths, not just your single belief. This immense Jupiter energy, when purified, grants you incredible wisdom, prosperity, and the ability to be a selfless teacher for humanity. How wonderful is that? Your soul is guiding you to transform dogmatism into profound tolerance. You're here to learn that the deepest wisdom is understanding that you know nothing. And that is where true learning begins. Think about it. Jupiter affliction can make you think that you are the guru. Recognize that if you're always giving advice. So, here are your assignments to begin cultivating true wisdom right now. Again, if you can recognize it. That is one of the major problems with Jupiter afflictions. Anyways, first I want to know, tell me in the comments, what is the one belief or ethical standard you will consciously relax or question today? And what is the boundary statement that you will use to stop yourself from lecturing others on your views? Second, let's turn this knowledge into action. Do one good deed of the day today for someone less fortunate. Channel this judgmental energy into selfless seva. This is going to cultivate true selfless generosity. And finally, share this video with as many people as you can who are struggling with dogmatism, self-righteousness, or conflicts over beliefs. This message is critical for soul evolution. The more you share, the more you make your chart better. Knowledge is meant to be shared, and that's what I'm doing for you. If you'd like to connect with us, go ahead and click on the link in the About section. We can deep dive into your own chart and see what afflictions are there. Now join us next time for video number 8 in this series, where we will address the final complex scenario, which is called the combination rage. We'll be discussing how multiple planets like the Sun, Mars, Saturn, or Moon, Rahu combinations blend their rages into one difficult personality, and how to heal them all at once. So hit the notification bell right now so you don't miss it. So thank you for watching, and thank yourself for watching. See you next time.